Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the Oddly Enough show that we do every week with Swingin Johnson. Of course, during football season, we're just getting Swingin's best bets each week. Right now, it's NFL Week 7. Swingin Johnson, thanks for being back with us.
Loshak, I got to give it to you, man. You told me last week when we spoke that you just weren't quite feeling it. Like a shark in the water smelling blood, I was like a bucket of chum. Loshak, you know, you're unbelievable. I mean, you really pick up on the vibe.
Yes.
1 in 3 on the week, my brother.
You know, and actually I've noticed that about myself doing all these interviews with these cappers. I haven't gotten any better at handicapping games, but I've gotten excellent at reading the people that I'm interviewing and on both sides, when they're right and when they're wrong. And I'll tell you, I think that Pittsburgh is going to be a really good side this week because there's a couple of guys who I can tell when they're right and and when they're not right. And it's not because I've handicapped the game, it's because I've handicapped the cappers and I can read them. And last week I could tell, man. I was like Swingin Johnson. I can hear it in your voice. This is not going to be your week.
Well, you know, I had a couple of 2-unit plays. The only winner I had was the Jacksonville friggin' Jaguars. They were 2 units, but I had Pittsburgh. I mean, for the love of God, not even a sniff. But this week, maybe a different story, like you say. I also had Minnesota, not even a swift. But I'll tell you what, the real kick in the cojones, Loshak, came when Kirk Cousins threw a pick six with 18 seconds left. There was a 4-unit play in the Washington Redskins. And, you know, just another bad beat story. And as you know, Loshak, the only one that wants to hear a bad beat story is the one telling it. I'll tell you what, man, I need a cocktail.
All right. The truth is, these NFL lines are tight, and if you have any kind of healthy sample size where, you know, more than 55, 56%, you are fine. If that was my record publicly, I'd be like, hey, screw you. I'm at 55%. So what's your record overall on the year now? ATS.
Right now, we went 1 and 3 last year, 1 and 3 last week, 9 and 8. Okay. ATS, and you know, I mean, we're still a little ahead of the game, but man, with just a tough way to lose that game last week.
All right, you're on the cusp of having a record to be ashamed of, but officially not yet, Swingin Johnson. So here we go, NFL Week 7, fight back, baby, this week, and then you could be 60% before we know it.
All right, baby, it is a fine line between genius and jackass, and let's just see which side I'm gonna go on. All right, buddy, I got 3 plays today. First being Falcons versus the Ravens, and I'll tell you what, man, I love the fact that the Ravens absolutely blew out the Tampa Bay Bucks, and the fact that the Falcons lost at home to the Bears, because you know what? Public is going to be squarely on the Ravens. That line has already gone from 6 to, I see, 7.5 actually at 5dimes.com. And I'm back at the Falcons, baby. They had 5 drops last week that each and every one of them could have very well been caught, and this game last week could have been decidedly different against Chicago. Flip side of things, the Ravens just absolutely obliterated the Bucs. But if you think back a few weeks ago, the Falcons did exactly the same thing with a 56-14 thrashing of those same Tampa Bay Bucs. I think the line is a little out of whack. I think people are skewed a little bit too much toward the Ravens. I'm playing Atlanta plus 7.5 for 3 points.
All right, Swing. I have no opinion on that as yet. What's your next pick for us?
Okay, I should have said for 3 units. I said for 3 points. The next one is the Titans versus the Redskins. You know what? Maybe I'm chasing Loshak. Okay, maybe I am. Maybe I am still. I know. All right. Maybe
it's all going down the drain. The regression. You're regressing to the stupid. Here we go.
I really am. But I'll tell you what, man. I think the Titans are the most pathetic team in all of football because, you know, Jacksonville, you just know they blow. But the Titans are supposed to have a little something. They've got a whole lot of nothing. I think this is a great spot for the Redskins to bully somebody. Anybody. I mean, last week they went to the desert. They played the Arizona Cardinals. Much better defensive squad, of course, than the Titans. And you know what? I mean, you never know. They might have been able to pull that off. Now they're back home, and I think Cousins is going to atone for his sins. He put up 350 some odd yards last week, and I think this is just a perfect spot, even minus the 5.5, to absolutely, you know, kick the shit out of somebody. And the Titans are right in line for that. So I'm playing Washington minus 5.5 for 5 units. That's a max play, my friend.
All right, Swingin Johnson. Good luck to you, man. That's all I can say about that one. You have any other plays for us this week?
I got one more play, buddy. 49ers versus the Broncos. We're in Mile High, and I know it's tough to play there. But for all you stat geeks out there, 49ers are 13-3 ATS in their last 16 games in October. 49ers are 10-3 ATS in their last 13 road games. Broncos 2-5 ATS in their last 7 home games. I think that this line, once again, a little too big. We get it at 7 points somewhere. So I'm playing San Francisco +7 to keep pace with the Broncos for 3 units.
All right, Swingin Johnson. I can't say that any of your picks stick out to me as being particularly troublesome, problematic. All 3 games, though, are not necessarily the games that I would have picked this week. They all seem like slightly tough lines, but I don't know. In NFL, sometimes you just got to hope that the ball bounces your way, and I hope one way or another you come out at least 2-1 this week. Swingin Johnson, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again next week.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.